Let's see. I think everybody here on this call knows everyone. So we've got Christina down in Mexico City, Tommy in Dallas, Fort Worth area. Andy, you're here in Alpharetta. Michael, you're up in Maine. So we'll throw this out. What's what's the deal right now that's stuck for you? What's something that's keeping you from moving forward, possibly? Think of a particular transaction you're working on and tell me about something that seems to be stuck.
Hey, I'll jump in. Thank you, Eric. So Alpharetta, Georgia, this is the one of the hottest markets in the country right now. North Atlanta, we have a sister property that is trying to lease out space to if anyone has restaurant clients that would love to be in one of the vibiest markets around or retail space. If anybody's repping those types of clients, I'll put this property in the chat.
And how's it? It's just something that's taking place right now. It's not necessarily stuck. Tell us a little bit more about where you're at in the process.
I'm stuck in the sense that we're helping the builder get tenants in there, and we're going to be occupying about 12 to 13,000 square feet of the building for our. We have a co-working business, and we just want to help them fill the building out, co-tenancy. So it's going to be a great place with a lot of activity in a city that's continuing to grow. Very elevated, historic downtown type of environment. Or on a complete opposite note, if anyone knows historic downtowns that are looking for a great company to help bring more activity to the city, Thrive Co-working, we're licensing deals.
Anybody on the call have national tenants that might be looking for other locations? What comes to mind to me would be Jeff Smith is very active in leases and tenants with office space. He might be a
Okay.
great contact for you. Have you met Jeff before on these calls?
I have, yeah. And in person, I'll reach out to him.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
I'd reach out to him. You also might want to reach out to Tom Crumpton. He works with a lot of businesses in the area. He may know some businesses who are looking for additional space.
Okay. Rock and roll.
I would say too, if you're looking for markets that I think that are emerging, I would look into Pensacola right now. They're doing a major change on their downtown. Their main street, Palafox, is going through a full renovation right now. And I currently am between here and California, but they are doing just a mass upheaval that's kind of going through gentrification in some parts of downtown Pensacola. And there's a lot of opportunity here, and there's a lot of opportunity for expansion.
Good to
Nicole,
know.
thanks for chiming
Thanks,
in. I was going to
Nicole.
ask you to share a little bit about who you are. I think it's your first time to be here with us on the huddle, correct?
It is.
So, hi, I'm Eric Clark. It's a pleasure. It's our
Welcome.
Monday morning coffee huddle. And here we just talk about, we are here to support each other. We build community, we collaborate. Share a little bit with us about who you are, and then we'll let everyone go around the horn and say hello so that you know who they are.
Okay. I'm actually getting ready to join James' team with EXP Commercial. I've been in the industry for 20 years, but traditionally on the residential side, I worked for hedge funds during the downturn. Acquired, designed, redesigned, flipped over 1,300 homes for a hedge fund for about 6 years, $1 billion in productivity in just 5, 6 years for them. And I've just gone into of the industry after that. A lot of clients overseas, worked with China, Eastern European families, family offices, and for all over the U.S. And then started getting into hospitality, listing hotels overseas for Chinese clients. I kind of have my finger in everything. I have my own Airbnb portfolio where I own about 25 different properties myself in Maui. I've had that for over 10 years now, and kind of moving more so in the commercial and investment banker space. But I have connections all over the world, all over the US. I was previous president of FIABC, which is it's a real estate nonprofit that has ties with the United Nations. We have the only NGO seat on the Economic and Housing Committee. And so I was president of San Francisco, at the time, California, because we didn't have a SoCal board, and then also had two national chairmen chairs for events committee and the communications, marketing, and PR. So
You should be a guest speaker.
would love to. Any way that I can help, I'm like really kind of jumping in with Jim a lot of these different things with Renaissance. So any way that I can help, I'm here. And just anybody needs to use connections for things, I'm always here.
And you're saying Jim, you're talking about Jim Huang?
Yes.
Fantastic. When did you come on board?
I was a part of Renaissance maybe 3 months ago. No, 2 months ago.
All right.
And
write down my phone number, and then I want you to give me yours if you don't mind. My phone number is 770.
Just 1 second. Let me get to I was doing a couple different things. Let me write down.
Tommy, we've got a follow-up here. I'm sure you picked up on that.
Yep, 770.
Yeah.
770
Mhm.
878-7334. And if you don't mind, share your number.
Sure. It's 925-813-5254.
5254. Okay. Fantastic. Well, it's nice to have you here. This is about building synergies. This is about collaboration. This is about community. This is about knowing who to connect to. Here on this call are a multiple group of people that you're going to want to meet. Andy, back to the previous conversation, Jeff Smith has joined us Zoom now. Jeff, your ears must have been burning. Andy needs to talk to you about some opportunity, bringing in some tenant reps or tenant leases into a building they're working in Alpharetta. You two ought to get online together and have that conversation. Andy, why don't you drop your cell phone number in the text?
That is funny because as soon as I saw Andy on here, I went, I got to talk to him.
Well, I was already talking about you all needing to talk to each other, so it's perfect time.
Yeah, I'll put my phone number in here, Andy,
do it.
and you can get a hold of me.
For Nicole's effort, why don't we just go around the horn real quick and everybody give like your 1 minute bio of who you are and what you do, so Nicole has access and knows a little bit about you. Tommy, why don't you take the floor first, followed by Michael, then Christina, Andy, and Jeff.
Sure. Yeah. My name's Tommy Bracci. Dallas, Texas is home base for me. I do a lot of 1031 exchange education for the commercial folks, but my niche is mineral rights, cash flowing from like the operators like Exxon, Chevron, Conoco. And the way to fit in for the commercial folks, generally speaking, is the 1031 exchange route, because I can deed down to the penny in this asset class. So leftover boot money, if it's $101,000 or if it's $2,000,001, if you will, I can deed that exact amount to optimize you and your clients' 1031 exchanges to save you a lot of capital gains tax exposure. But I also pitch to a lot of family offices as well. And Eric knows very well as well. But there's other avenues of deal flow you can engage in with family offices, whether that be in the commodity space like oil and gas itself, or just global commodities like food, water, things like that. So there's a wide that I'm able to cast, but the bread and butter is the 1031 exchanges and the mineral rights. That's probably the foot view without hijacking your call, Eric.
No, it's great. Michael.
Okay, I'm Mike Wiseman. I'm based up in Maine. I run been with almost 6 years now. I run a residential/hybrid commercial team. I have a group of about 105 agents in a rev share group. We do about 560 transactions, 180 million or so in volume, mostly New England. And then I have 6 kids, 5 licensed at EXP. We ran this team at EXP, like I said, just about 5 years now. So we've been an Icon team 3 of those years. It was Icon of the Year 1 year of those years. I also served on the EXP National Advisory Council of 13 agents for the realty side, even though my license is officially in commercial right now. So I'm trying to foster a lot of relationships and referrals between residential and commercial. And that's been a big focus we're doing the last 7 months along with Eric and Andrews, who's not on the call today, but is my commercial. That's who we are.
And Michael is an AI expert. And I'm thinking, Michael, why don't we have you look at your calendar and see if in 2 weeks from today, that would be the 18th? The 18th, you'd be free to do, show us some of the tools you're using in AI, okay? And we'll have you be the featured speaker.
The 18th may be the one morning. I may not be able to have a...
All right, then let's get the week of the 25th.
I have an eye exam for that's that morning. So it's the one pick. The 25th, though, yeah, that's fine.
Let's write it down. All right. So I know this is going to be difficult. Christina, 1 minute. 1 minute. The floor is yours.
The others have more time, but well. Um, I am Cristina Sanchez. I work and specialize in condo hotels in Cancun. Actually, now they will open San Regis, and also INA will open in a couple months. So the prices of pre-sale will be off, and they will start working. I really ask you to review the information. I have sent some information to one of or to several people, but the starting point of prices goes for $450,000 up to almost $3 million. So they're very good investments in Cancun. They're very stable because you don't need to make like the maintenance. So people that in United States or Canada are very welcome to see this. Is a good opportunity of investment because the ROI is very high, is around 10%. And also the value appreciation of the properties always go up during the 30 last years. Always the evaluation of the properties per year goes around 12%. Yeah, so actually there are excellent opportunities to invest, and the people that wants to stay in Mexico, in the Caribbean Mexican for weeks per year, it will be easy to have a property there.
Yeah, she's got some lovely properties, Nicole. You're going to want to see her portfolio. A lot of opportunities there. Let's see. Andy, give us an overview of Thrive CRE
Yes.
and what you're
Yes,
doing
yes.
for Thrive CRE intentionally. And then Jeff Smith, why don't you come on so Nicole can get a brief about who you are as well.
Good morning, everyone. Andy Christensen, north of Atlanta, Georgia. We are focusing a lot in the Southeast to make offices great again. And the goal there is we have almost 20. We're about to complete our 20th co-working facility. And the last thing I'll say, what makes us different, we've cracked the code on hospitality. So we are technically the first workplace hospitality company. Everyone says stuff like that, but we actually have perfected it, and we want to expand it out because it helps all these communities that we get into grow because of all the business people that flow in and spend money.
I
Great
tell
to
you
be with
what,
you.
when I've been through 3 of the facilities, and I told Chris Smith and Ramon, the 2 principals, I said, man, you guys, what you do is you create atmosphere. Their atmosphere is unbelievable. And then they get the highest in the space because they create such an atmosphere. That's where people want to be. So fantastic.
You know
Love
what it
having you
is,
guys on
Eric?
board.
Hey, we put CBD oil in through the duct system, just a tiny bit all the time.
And I think all the plants that are growing inside the buildings are related. Is that not true?
That's a story for another day.
All right, get in trouble here. All right, Jeff, you get to wrap it up. Then we're going to come back to the conversation. But again, this is for us to connect with Nicole. Nicole knows about who we are, and we know who she is. So, Jeff, take the floor. You got a minute, brother.
Okay, Nicole, I'm Jeff Smith. I do a lot with my niche is office buildings and retail. And in retail, it can be freestanding or shopping centers. I've sold both, I've leased both. I like to do owner rep, but I do a lot of tenant rep. But in my office buildings, I'm mostly owner representation there. But as I said, I do a lot of tenant rep, both retail and office. And that's basically my niche. I mean, I've done some other things that I'm looking at, skilled nursing care and so forth. But the real focus is in the retail.
Yeah, and I think he's done some other things he's just not going to share because it may not be appropriate. Just teasing you, Jeff. No, he's a gentleman, and I'm a part of our organization. I don't necessarily recap so much always about what I do, and I'm going to today. I normally don't. But here in the north part of Georgia, I'm big in site selection. I do land deals, take them all the way through syndication. My my buyers. I represent the clients who are selling, but a lot of the buyers would be single family. I currently got a big contract that's with the largest home builder in the country, 4-star, underneath D.R. Horton. Multifamily buy my properties. Some large industrial big box builders who build 1 million square foot buildings or bigger are also my buyers. Sometimes I'll find properties that are hospitality driven. I have sourced properties that are in distress that were coming up and they had a problem. And I have buyers to come in, investor groups to come in, represent a lot of investors, have conversations, Nicole, on an ongoing basis with family offices. So I see product that's off market and coming across my desk a lot over the last 6 or 7 months has been some really unique niche opportunities, I'm sorry. One is a very well-known 5-star resort property in Atlanta. Another one's coming on board in Alpharetta, hospitality. These are 5-star, 4-star hotels with great reputations. And then recently, Tommy and I, we have put together a group because of the things that we're seeing. We are combining his expertise in mineral rights and my vast network for a lot of interesting opportunities from gold mines that are available for sale in Arizona, California, Alaska, and Montana to being directly tied to some refineries where we have, through networks that he has and I have, we've connected our efforts and we have now direct access to some refineries for commodities, to include from oil and gas to coal. We've got opportunities where family offices are looking to buy gold in metric tons. So we've been beginning to source that as well. So that's a little bit removed from this day-to-day conversation, just a little bit about who we are and what we do. And so the resources within our community within EXP are vast, and we've been taking advantage of that. So back to the conversation, somewhere where you are stuck, and Andy, you mentioned where you are stuck, and I referenced Jeff. With the experience that people have had here, and you heard where Andy says he's stuck and they're looking for the right tenants, what are some creative things someone here might say that Andy might want to consider doing? Somebody's got to have an idea.
I didn't hear the whole conversation. So what was the basis he's stuck? But
He's looking for tenant reps. He's looking for tenants to come in. They've got a new building. They're building out their Thrive co-working and about 12,000 square feet of the building, but it's got additional spaces available.
Up to an additional 12,000. Restaurants, retail, ground floor, prime location, downtown Alpharetta, Georgia.
and you control all of that, the restaurants and everything?
We're not controlling it. We're working with the building owner.
Okay.
So we've got
Okay.
a management agreement with the building owner.
Jeff Merriman is a contact. He's a good friend of Ramon's. He's somebody you should call for restaurant. All right, let's change gears. Who's the one person you've been wanting to call, and you just haven't given them a call? Anybody got a person that you feel like you don't have to answer it out loud, but is there a person that you feel like you've been needing to call and you haven't? I want you to write that name down right now. Who's the one person you've been avoiding to call? That's what I've been wanting to say. Who have you been avoiding to call? Write the name down if somebody comes to mind. Without saying who that person is, who would say, yeah, I just wrote down a name. Anybody here? Did you write down a name? Somebody you've been avoiding to call? I'm not asking you to tell me who it was, just saying that you actually wrote the name down. Tommy, you wrote the name down? Why have you been avoiding the call? If you can opine.
Oh no, I can. It's just one of those things where it's the classic competing priorities example. You just got to make the time. There's no real good reason. There's no good justification for it. There's just always another thing going on, and it loses every tiebreaker. You just need to make the time to make it happen.
All right, so here's what I want people to do on this call. All right, most of us here have Tommy's contact information. Within the next 48 hours, I want everybody to reach out to Tommy
Oh my
and
God.
ask him if he made the call. That's all you gotta do. Just reach out to him and say, Tommy, did you make the call? All right. Who here says they will do that? Show of hands. Jeff will. Only Jeff. Wow.
I know
That's
Tommy,
easy.
and perhaps we are working together. I will.
Christina and I, we stay in touch on WhatsApp every week.
Who has somebody else that you thought that, okay, I need to call them, but there's a reason why I'm not calling them. Maybe you can share with us why you're not calling them. Maybe the group can help you figure out a path forward. something you're stuck on, somebody you want to have a conversation with, but it's tough, tell us what's going on, and maybe we can have a collective conversation here to give you a little encouragement, a little push in the back.
I wanted to ask Andy Christensen if in the whole, like I see your network is very large. I don't know if you have any interest or perhaps you are seeing the opportunities in Cancun. I see a lot of people that come from your area that are interested here. So I wanted to know, what do you think?
I need more information. Let's connect offline.
I've mentioned this
Thank you.
before, and I've mentioned this before. I think, Andy, within your all's community, if you all find a right way to tell the story about the Christina's properties, you're going to see a lot of your tenants, a lot of the people that within your network who are going to participate in either leasing or just vacations and or purchasing. So it could be a really good vertical there for you all to.
I think I need a
investigate and
site visit.
discover.
Definitely need a site visit.
It's, I hope every day you're looking at your CRM, your dashboard, or the names that you write down, and trust that you're moving them forward. You have to just continually be moving them forward. And if you feel stuck, if you come across a problem, call people here within this group and have a conversation to see if they can't help you. Because remember, momentum follows action. So you have to have the action for the momentum to continue. I know my day is stacked full of momentum that I'm trying to create and build. So any comments or questions? And that's going to be our call for today. Michael, we're going to tee you up, it looks like, for the 25th. Is that correct?
No, then if it's we can shoot for the 18th. I think my appointment's at 8 o'clock. I should be more than done. But
All
the
right.
25th is Memorial Day.
18th.
Yes, it's 25th is Memorial Day. So I think the 18th will just work out just fine.
Send me a headshot, little bio about how you're going to talk about AI tools. Give me a little script what that's going to look like. We'll get it to the masses. We'll get 30, 25 people in this room for that call.
For sure. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Any comments, any questions before we go? Just something random. Doesn't matter. Anything. Something about EXP, a question you have about EXP, a question about something you're working on. Floor is open before we call it a day.
Just wanted to say excited to be a part of the group and sit in on these calls and getting to know all of you guys.
And Nicole, it's a pleasure. I'm going to text you. I'd like to get your mobile and have a conversation with you offline.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic. Anybody else? Beautiful. All right, listen, everybody have a great week. All right, thanks for being here. See you.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Thanks, Eric.